Well, what do you see as the future for DVRs? Where do you see the trends?
Well, it's a really, really interesting question. I sort of stuck my neck out there in the early, I should say 10 years ago, saying that um, all these predictions about everybody would have one by 2010 and the 30-second commercials would be dead by 2005 and none of this was going to happen. And of course, I was pleased that I was right about that, not just for personal gratification, but also since that, of course, helped us still having a job today. What then happened was that even though adoption is still way below all the predictions, it is at 30% now. And as you know, even though the overall amount of time shifting is like, 2-3% of total television viewing, and it was just confirmed again in the Ball State study, and Nielsen shows the same thing. A program like The Office has more than 25% time shifted. So it has an enormous impact on our business. And the big question right now is, where's it going? And what we found in our latest research is if you look at the adoption curves, so the increase of adoption is going down. So it's slower now. Now here comes the big question. Is it because of the economy, because people can, afford it right now and or want to save on it? Or is it because the people who are lovingly referred to as DVR freaks, in other words, the heavy users, the people who really love DVRs, who say, I can't live without it, it changed my life and all of that. All the people we know, whether they all have the DVR, and the people who get it now just feel less passionate about television, the need to record, the need to have this kind of thing, and are going to be using it less. Or could it be that even those people, once they have it, because they get it for $5 or it's part of the package, once they start using it, start loving it. So those are the kind of questions that have enormous impact on our business and are very, very difficult to answer, I think, because I think on the one hand it's wrong just to assume that because you love it and everybody else has it, loves it, uses it, and zaps all the commercial that everybody's going to do the same thing. But it is very, very difficult, I think, to predict consumer behavior and to, with the changing technology and all the things that are going on in people changing their television behavior, to really make accurate predictions. One thing I can say is that in addition to the rate of adoption going down, we do find that a lot of people who don't have the DVR are speaking about having online as a substitute and actually liking it and saying, I don't need a DVR because I can find everything online. So there are all these things going on which fascinate me to no end, and I'm trying to be optimistic, and so far, it hasn't hurt the business as much as it was predicted. And I think that people actually vastly overstate their negative feelings about commercials, that people are really a little bit more interested in commercials than they like to admit, and that's something that helps us. Dave Potrak just for a couple of days ago issued a study where he talks about the DVR being our friend because DVR ownership increases viewing. It really does. His analysis, our own analysis confirming that. So as you can see from that long-winded answer, it's a really interesting topic to me, and I'm absolutely fascinated by it. And I think it's very, very complex. And like I said, I still think that it's not going to be as bad as widely assumed.